Hey, babe.
Yes.
What is the #1 question that we get from our friends?
You know, people that know us in real life always say, what's it like living in a tiny space?
How you do it?
How do you do it? Yeah.
So should we show them?
Yeah, let's show them.
Okay, let's show them.
All right, so let's do the tour. Right now I'm in the main space, which is where we live, obviously. We are about 9 by 36 feet-ish to give you an idea of our square footage. But what I have found is we have everything we need and I don't feel like we're missing anything. This is our back door when you're looking at the outside of the rig, but it's actually our main door. And
people get that one confused with the other door all the time.
So it's funny when people come to knock on your door in the campground, when you have 2 doors, they don't always know which door to knock on. Our other door is our bathroom door. Brandon had to answer the door earlier and someone was knocking on our bathroom door.
Luckily I was not.
You were not using the toilet. You just heard it and I ignored it. I was like, I don't hear anything. Also, you'll find when you travel with kids, your kids make friends and random kids show up knocking at your door.
Yep.
But this is our main door. So that's where we keep Reggie's food and water here. It's easy to dump it out. When we travel, you can see a Cheerio fell in there, which means one of the kids was over here. But when we travel, we empty the water, but we keep everything here. That way we can easily open our door. We don't even really have to open anything else up. We can pull it out and we can feed and water Reggie right there on the road when we're traveling. And then this is Brielle's room. Show us your room, Buggles.
Behind this curtain is my room. You might be wondering how my bedroom starts right here. Like,
why don't you show us?
Okay, I'll show you.
What's behind the curtain? It's not the Wizard of Oz.
The queen size bed.
You might want to hit the light in there because it's kind of dark right now.
Hold on, let me go.
She's getting her ladder. So show us how you fit up here, little bugs. No, not those lights, although those are fun too.
Gotta put in a scanner.
There we go. Okay, now we can see her, but you can see she's got some fun party lights because this is what all the teens are doing. What's the bed sock?
Okay, so it's socks that are only worn in my bed, and I have to do this because my ladder, the floor next to it, is right by where everybody walks into the camper. They're dirty. There's shoe grime and stuff. So
even though we remove our shoes immediately, the floor feels clean because I mopped today.
Well, you mopped today. Okay, now I'm in here normally. Okay, so because we had to have boring gray sheets, because this is a camper and we can't have the fun, bright, colorful sheets.
And it's, mommy likes neutrals. It's mean.
I like color. So I have my assorted pile of stuffed animals. You can't see them because I'm in front of them, but my bright, colorful pillows, I use 3 of them because I'm a side sleeper. And my bright, fun lights, of course.
And even your fun window covering.
And my fun window covering with, there's butterflies on there, I don't know if you can tell. Okay, we're gonna turn this off so you can see the fun string lights. Okay, so there's 16 different colors.
60?
16. This one and this one are my 2 favorites. Here you go. The little remote.
So real quick, Brielle, I was
Yeah.
looking at your decor and I noticed your home is where you park it. Trailer photo, it says Brielle R, age 12. So what's the story behind your picture? Why does it look strangely like our actual camper?
Well, we did have this camper when I colored that.
Okay.
And as you can see, the common theme of my favorite colors, which are repeated everywhere. So the story is Nana actually brought that and a bunch of other coloring.
Nana, I'm happy you realized that it looked like our trailer, right? And brought it to you?
I'm not sure if that's why they brought it to me or they just knew I liked coloring, but I have 5 coloring books. I like coloring.
Go Nana with the manatee.
With the manatee. I'm pretty sure she got that in Florida. That's something from my church. That's obviously us, like
Pre-Steele.
12 years ago or whatever. And then all the postcards from places that we've gone. So I was not planning to start a postcard wall. In fact, I like snow globes really more than postcards. Also from Nana.
Because Nana is the bomb. Go Nana. Nana knows you so well. Nana's my mom, for those of you that are watching and wondering who Nana is.
I saw this one and I was like, ooh, that's pretty. And all of these pretty much are sunsets except the manatee. And that's my other favorite color scheme, teal.
Brielle, her dream destination was Hawaii, and in 2022,
We went twice.
she got to go twice. So that's her aloha from Hawaii.
Yeah, so this is actually
we
from-
did not take the camper there.
No, we didn't
It's a
take the
nice
camper
place.
there. Daddy went there recently for a work trip. What did we do that week?
We were in Montana or Idaho, I think.
He brought this back for me because I had this one at that point. I don't think I had any of the other ones yet except these three.
Okay, what else do you have up here?
What else do I have up here? I've got
postcards, window covering.
Oh yeah, the window covering. So this is a funny story. Kind of. So we tried a couple different things. We had like it was the two windshield covers that are like round that come together instead of just one big one. I made a few mistakes cutting them. So the first windshield cover was unusable, basically, because I cut it too small.
You jacked it up.
Yes. So this is both pieces from the second piece. We've been ordering Amazon packages, waiting for cardboard so I can like make this sturdy and be able to take it out easily. But right now there's just masking tape holding it to the window.
Yeah, our goal is what? To put a piece of cardboard.
To put a piece of cardboard in
the middle
between,
and
because then I
reinforce
can
it.
like slide it in and out easily so that I can choose whether I want light or
Yeah,
not versus
so
this stays up here all the time. So
You're just getting you ready for college when you have to share a dorm or sorority house or something where you don't have a...
yeah, I heard college dorm rooms described as a glorified shoebox. I think I'm living in the glorified shoebox.
This is a modification that we've done to handle shoes. So 3M hooks are really popular in campers. The walls are like cheap, almost like cardboard basically. You can't really drill a lot of things, but we use 3M hooks and we hang these shoe racks up here. Each family member gets 2 pairs of shoes out here. Everything else goes in the closet. And then this is our fireplace. It is an actual functional electric space heater, which we use when it's cold out, but you can also turn it on and just have the look of the flame. Let's see, I'm pushing the wrong button, but there's 3 different options. So if you want a little ambiance, you can do that as well. Then we're gonna come in here to the boys' room.
What about?
Oh, sorry. This is what we call the crap basket. I like things organized and neat, and Brandon loves to shed when he walks in the door. And
Shed, S-H-E-D, shed my materials and
Yeah.
items.
he starts taking things out of his pocket.
Just want to make sure people didn't get shed confused with something else.
Oh, sorry.
I like to do that too, but
Yeah, yes. Brandon likes to shed, S-H-E-D, all of the things in his pockets, and he starts taking stuff out and leaving it on the kitchen counter, which drives me insane in this space. So I got him a little basket here. You can put all of his stuff in here. We can hang all of our keys. The doggy bags are here. There's little handles for the grocery stacks, anything that we might need. And then of course we have Reggie's dog leash here. Now we're back in the official bunkhouse. This is our boys' room. On.
So this is my room that's in the camper. I have a lot of coloring pictures that I taped on here, and they're all Ninja Turtle. My first one is actually my favorite one, the Splinter one, and then these are some of my hard ones, and then this one is like my second favorite one, and then I have my calendar right here. Tomorrow I'm gonna circle Saturday, but
The roof of your bed, what is this?
the roof of my bed, Brielle's bed.
It's the bottom of Brielle's bed, right?
Yeah.
Like you guys aren't in the same room, but she's up above you. So what's the best thing about your room? You obviously have room for all your toys. It's a twin bed, but it's long enough for like a full-grown man to lay in it. So you've got plenty of space.
Yeah. Here.
And it's a bunk bed.
See? It's
Yeah.
like part of the bed.
And then you can hang your artwork. You're working on a project over here. You love to take cardboard and turn it into stuff. You got your Legos right there.
Yeah, these are my Legos, and I have a full entire bucket. And this is probably about, this is probably about 10 inches long, or yeah, 10 inches long, almost a foot tall of my Legos in my Lego bucket. And then here is my random stuff.
Iron Man mask, you got some markers.
Yeah, this keeps falling off.
Oh yeah, you're making some more projects.
This one I actually used a pen to hold this up. A little pen ink thing.
Oh, what is this?
What's this?
Like, did you make a shelf? Is that what that is?
Yeah, I made a shelf for this, for my watch, but it keeps falling down.
So if Steele does not become an engineer or an architect,
Which I probably will.
or some sort of designer in adulthood, I would be shocked, because he's always doing projects like this. He's building things, he's designing things, he's taking his toys apart and inventing new things.
And I made 2 paper airplanes. So this one goes like a boomerang, because like how it's like churned and stuff, and so it like goes straight, and then when it stops, you know it's gonna spin, and then it starts going down. And then this one's a really good one. So like,
hold on, Steele. Is there anything else about your room you'd like to show me?
oh yeah, so I have, so you can see that I have other stuff. So I'm working on a Spider-Man web shooter. I haven't gotten that much done with it. So I'm gonna put like a rubber band on here, so that way I can just like kind of like do this, and then it will go like that. And then this is some of the, and I might need to find another one of these rubber bands. This one's a pretty big rubber band. Yeah. And then you can see that I have a can and this stuff.
What's it like sharing a closet with Sissy? Do you like that?
No. I don't like sharing a closet. Brielle would never, back at home, my closet would always be filled with cardboard and clothes and like toys and stuff. And it would be completely covered. Like, it would be like 2 feet tall, covered with 2 feet tall. Like, you can't even go in there. So my closet is like only like cover and stuff, and I hate cleaning it, because that's like the worstest part, and I never want to do that.
So how big is your closet at home?
So it might be so it's slightly bigger than this, and might be slightly bigger than this, because I can fit like 5 people in my closet, or maybe more.
What is it like sharing your room with Reg?
It's a little nice, Reggie. So Reggie. Reggie. Come here, Reg. It's Reg. Okay, he's not coming over here. Hey, Reggie, he will. Come here, Reg. There. See?
Oh my goodness. So it's only when he's clean that he's allowed in your bed?
Yeah.
So I'm in the bed, and Reg jumped up here with me. Oh, there he goes.
Yeah.
When he jumps out in the middle of the night, he shakes the entire camper too, doesn't he?
Yeah, because he does it at midnight, and that's when I'm just sleeping.
This space underneath that was a bed is now storage for all of our stuff. And then this is Steele's bed up here. And then we have Reggie's bed down here. So that's why we call it our boys' room. This closet is the one space that both kids share. So they've really consolidated their wardrobes, and this is their closet. We have a little additional storage down there. And then we have another shoe rack for additional shoes for the kids that don't fit in their closet, since it's a small space. There is a curtain here that Steele can close. Brielle also has curtains, so the kids get plenty of privacy. Now we're in the kitchen space. We have a nice big U-shaped dinette. That was important to us because Brielle is as tall as I am now. So we basically have 3 adult-sized people plus Steele, who's 9. And so we wanted to make sure that we could all fit around this table when we ate. This is also mine and Brandon's shared desk when we're working. So usually one of us sets up over here, the other one sets up over there. We pull out computer monitors, we do all the things, and then we put that away at the end of the day. We have one outlet here that we use to keep our laptops charged, but a nice big window, and so you can see out, and it's actually not a horrible space to work for me. Brandon does find the benches a little uncomfortable. Underneath it's just plywood and storage, but the nice thing is we are able to store under that entire dinette. So we have
storage there,
2 large drawers here, and then there's a board that lifts up under that middle section. So this is where I keep like kids' school curriculum and additional things that we don't access quite as often, but we still need space for. Then we're in my kitchen now. I love to cook.
Our kitchen.
Well, our kitchen, but Brandon's kitchen is more the outdoor kitchen. He likes to grill and smoke meat. I like to cook inside. You know, I love making meals from scratch, and we actually have everything we need in this space. So this is a big farmhouse sink. It does have the extra piece here to use as a counter space, which this is what I use as the counter most of the time when I'm working. Also, it comes with the built-in soap thing that was like a COVID add-on. We always keep our coffee out, our paper towels, and some basic cooking utensils. So we keep very basic things out here, but other than that, we have a little bit of storage under here. This storage is pretty deep. We have an air fryer, Instant Pot, and trash can in there. So those are the appliances that we brought along with us, in addition to our little oven. It's a little bit bigger than a toaster oven, but today I was commenting on how much easier it is to clean. I've never had a cleaner oven in my life because, let's face it, who likes to clean a big home oven? Also, we have a 3-burner cooktop up here, and we've never used more than 2 burners at a time, so it's great. Something that's really nice about this camper is the backsplash is a built-in cutting board, and it's magnetic, so you can set it there and not have to worry about it when you're cooking. But then it also sticks to the wall when we drive down the road, and we've never had issues with any of this opening. We do have a microwave, but then here's our fridge and freezer, just like a normal home fridge. It's actually fairly large. You can see we've got baskets in here to kind of corral some things, but it's fairly large, and it does fine if we buy a week's worth of groceries. We also collect magnets from different places that we go. We started with just national parks, and it's kind of been expanded a little bit. And then I threw our magnet from home to remind us of home in there too. This is something that we do with our spices. These are our frequently used spices because Brandon smokes a lot of meat and I like to cook from scratch. We have a ton of spices, and so we needed a way to corral all of that. More of them are in the pantry over here. This pantry is really nice. It is appliance storage, school storage, food storage, cleaning supplies. So that's the way we have it organized, but we actually have a decent amount of space in there so that the schoolwork the kids are actively working on, our groceries, everything is in there. It's easy to get to. Then over here is where our TV living room entertainment area is. We actually have a sound bar that we install, but we're getting ready to leave tomorrow, so our sound bar has already been taken down.
Why do we have to take it down?
Oh, we have to take it down because our slide comes in to about here.
Come on, Forest River.
Yeah, we also have to remove our TV when we leave, but we'll probably end up watching a movie tonight. That's why the TV is still here. We just want to have good quality sound. This is also where we record all the places we've gone. It's been so fun to add some new states on our trip, but we got this right away and we started tracking where we go. So now I'm in the bathroom. This was one of my favorite things about this bathroom. We actually have 3 doors, one outside, one ensuite into our room, and then this is the hall access point. And so when you come in, it's a typical bathroom, just a little smaller version. We have the toilet right here. You flush it by stepping on it, so that's kind of fun and different than a standard toilet. It is all plastic and lightweight, and it's a little small, so that's been interesting to get used to. We have a tiny little trash can in here, and then the hooks were already part of the rig, and so Brandon's hook, my hook, the kids' hooks. We do like these little microfiber towels because they dry fast. Now here's our shower. It doesn't look very big, but it actually is. I'm gonna pop in here so you can see it. There's actually plenty of space in here. I'm about 5'4", and so
She says that. We'll see it here in a second. How much space there truly is.
Brandon is taller, but you've got the bubble in here, and we did make a modification in here. This is where the shower head hung before, so it hit Brandon in the chest and was not great, and it was like a cheapy plastic one.
It leaked all the time.
It was leaking and annoying, and so Brandon got this nicer one and installed it as high as he possibly could, just so that he got a decent shower. you know, hoses here. It does turn on and off here, which is something we've learned when you RV. You military shower, you do not leave your water running because we have a 6-gallon water heater. And then basic stuff in here. But it actually, when I close this, I have plenty of space. And so it's not a horrible shower experience, even though it looks small.
Yeah, so much space.
I mean,
you can tell I've got a good
inch,
half
2 inches.
an inch, inch and a half. What is that? 2 inches maybe?
So if you're 6'5", it's not gonna work for you.
But
Brandon's just
yeah.
under 6 feet.
So you can tell how close that.
Oh, look where the
Yeah, it used to be. Yeah, it used to be about my collarbone, maybe slightly higher. Now it's around my forehead, so that's good.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Brandon kept saying he needed to raise it, and
So much space in
I
there.
didn't get it until he showed me where it hits him, because for me it's always been fine. This is also our second door, so when you're looking at the front of the rig, it's the front door. This is great. When we travel, we can pop in here, go to the bathroom without worrying about anything. And also hang our laundry in here. Typical sink. We actually have plenty of storage with the medicine cabinet and then the storage down below, that there's no issue really keeping everybody's stuff in there. We do keep our toothbrushes out in the basket, but beyond that, it's been really easy. One disadvantage to RV Life, however, is that all your lights are high and they don't use switches, most of them. You have to reach up here to turn them on, which when you're 9 years old, you can't reach that. So we did put a night light in here so that when Steele comes in at night, or you know it's dark in here for some reason, he can still turn on light and see, because he can't actually reach it. I'm a natural light girl. It's just one of my weird quirks. Anyway,
Here we go.
so this is the ensuite into our room. This is actually the way Brandon typically enters our bedroom, because you can see
It's significantly wider coming in through that floor space than it is through
like, see, my hips are against the wall.
my hip.
I mean, I am a little hippie, but
Shakira.
I'm not that hippie, like, come on. It's just a very tight space. This is an RV queen, which means it's shorter than a normal queen. It is the normal width. The bed's kind of messy. It's hard to make because of the little cubby that it sits in. But it's a normal queen width, which everybody thinks, oh, that's horrible. Brandon and I have been sleeping in a queen size bed in our house our entire marriage, so it doesn't bother us. But if you're used to a king, this might feel small. We did add a memory foam topper to it though, because the mattress was horrible. So we each get a closet, and half of this cabinet is open all the way across, so we have little baskets in there to kind of corral some things. But then our closets, and then we each have a nightstand that doesn't open. So it's like
So I take up to here.
that is not true.
Sonny's got the rest.
I have 4 baskets. There's 8 little baskets in there from Amazon.
Oh.
Now you can tell which side's Brandon, which is mine, because all I have out here is my Kindle. I'm the neat one. But I will say,
That's pretty good for me. I cleaned it up today. Looks real good.
saving hangers. I'm gonna show you, because people are like, how do you get clothes in there? I have 4.
Okay, hold on. There's mixed feelings on these.
I love these.
Yeah, Sonny loves them.
40 of them.
The problem is the felt stuff.
Oh yeah, your clothes stick to it so they don't slip.
Yeah.
But I also share my closet with the water heater, and I still get 40 of these in there. And so there are outfits I haven't even worn yet. We've been on the road 2.5 months. So I am so excited about next time I have access to the rest of my wardrobe. I'm gonna clean out a bunch of stuff, which is fine.
She's cleaning out
I'm
her closet.
cleaning out my closet.
Just like M&M.
Just like M&M. So this up here is actually where we travel with our TV. These straps hold it in place. We've got a bracket on the back that fits both brackets here inside the rig and the one that's on the outside. But we don't actually get to watch TV in here because that's our main TV, and it just rides back here when we travel. But we strap it down and then it doesn't fall off the wall. When we were vacation traveling, we used to store it just leaned in here when we would travel, but now we don't have the space. We really need to access all of our storage, so we actually do hang it on the wall. But you can't actually have 2 TVs in this trailer because you'd have to find a place to store the other one. So that's what we do with that. And then this door here is the one that takes you back out into the hallway. All right, and then here is our huge sofa for movie nights, just hanging out, relaxing. You can see how big it is. this is our whole living room right here, but it does fold down flat into a bed, but you can tell it's kind of short.
Into a bed.
Yes, into a bed, like a child-sized bed probably. But when we fold it down, 2 people can lay here. So we do like to do that to watch TV. The TV's at least at a good angle. And then our dinette also folds into about a queen-size bed once you move all the cushions and set the table down. So technically this trailer sleeps about 9 or 10 people.
2, 4, 6, 8, 9. Just kidding. 10.
Yeah. So I say 9 to 10 because you probably would not have an adult sleeping on this. This is a good kid-sized bed just because of the length of it. There's also storage underneath. You would not believe the amount of things I have under
Yeah,
there.
Sonny puts a lot of stuff in there.
I do. This is my home gym. More curriculum storage. All of our laundry stuff because we have to use laundromats now. Blankets. When we're all watching TV, I have 4 giant blankets under there. I have a drying rack under there that I use for, it is Tetrised to the max. We've got all sorts of things under there. And so I have found that there are very few things in the camper that we don't have room for, but the rest are in the back of Brandon's truck. So we've made space there.
So speaking of outside.
Yeah, Brandon's gonna show you the outside because that's his man space. But yeah, it works for us well inside. So we'll switch places and I'll let him show you the outside. Show us the outside.
Oh, I didn't even see you were over there. Just kidding. I knew you were there. So here's our outdoor storage. Not very big. It opens up and actually goes underneath the bed. So part of it's kind of partitioned right here, but all of my outdoor stuff like the sewer lines, the electrical, any of my random tools and things like that, all fit into this very, very, very small space. This table goes under the bed as well. It's really nice to just kind of pull out the setup. You don't have to worry about the standard ones with spider webs and everything else on it. So this one works really great. Everybody asked me if it melts. It clearly does not melt. The heat on the smoker here is not enough to make it melt. However, the smoker itself will melt. So
Oh,
yeah,
interesting.
smoked a pork butt, which is also known as pulled pork or pork shoulder, and the fat on it actually kind of cooked back here and caught on fire and lit this up. But the sensors in here shut everything down, so that was good. Everything's finished. Sonny and I picked these chairs up. Love them. They recline and they lock in place. Had to do a little bit of a modification here, as you can see. The original one that came with it was just a snap in place, and that is not very functional long term. It just flies off. So I went to a local RV dealer and found this one. It didn't quite, I mean, it fit into the space, but it had some gapping on the edges. So I just took some silicone all the way around, put the original screws that were in there that were on the insert portion. So works, everything works great on it, so no worries there. We got some X chocks to really stabilize the rig. We also have standard chocks underneath there that you can see, the cheaper ones that were like $5, but the X chocks, really good investment, keeps everything locked in place. Okay, so Sonny's making me come back here and talk about these items.
Because it's part of the outside of
So we also have 2 speakers here that we don't use. We also have 2 speakers out here that we don't use, but they're out here. We have our black.
We use them sometimes.
So we have 2 speakers out here that we occasionally use while we're setting out here. Here's our black tank flush, so it makes it easy to not accidentally get it confused with the regular water line. And yeah, we got a little coax jack right there that we can use for television, but we don't.
And the bracket that matches the ones inside.
Got our awning here. I think it's 12 feet maybe. Now this is where all of the outdoor magic occurs. Got everything in here that you would ever need. Got ice. We got tequila, margarita mix. There's some whiskey in the back over there. Very, very sharp knives that you will lose fingers on. A little sink here that I use to throw things in and leave for a week or 2 before Sonny gets on to me. I got my cooking drawer with my cast iron, my gloves, my knife sharpener, my grill cleaner, refrigerator.
Yeah, fridge and freezer. So this is the bar / meat storage. This is like the equivalent of our
Got some cold beer.
deep freeze if we had one. Brandon's made a few mods He hung the magnetic strip. He hung that for his meat gloves. The bottle opener came with it, but you can install it where you want it. And I love this ice maker. I like having ice on the road. Let's talk about what's in that drawer, babe. And how functional it is. Yes.
Okay.
Because we were excited about this when we got the trailer.
I need the beer for this one. So this was a huge selling point to me. It's got notice it hasn't been pulled out in a really long time because, well, frankly, it sucks. So this was supposed to be an awesome little grill top, cooktop. I guess it's a stove top technically. Now the hose is all jammed up. But anyways, we'll pull it out, I guess, as far as we go there. There we go. So it's supposed to be a 2-burner with a little longer one over here, a short one over here. It's never really worked at all. Like it would kick a flame up, but the flame was this big. It would take me about an hour to make bacon. And I'm not talking about all the bacon. I'm talking about just some bacon. 4 pieces of bacon, an hour. That, however, is not.
That's why we have that.
So that can be multi-purpose. I can use it as a smoker. I can use it as a grill. Obviously, I can set things on fire in there. So, you know, I can do just about anything I want on that one, cooking-wise.
This outdoor kitchen, though, this was a big seller, I think, on this model
and
for
it
us.
still is. Even though that this part right here doesn't work, everything else is great.
Also, this is the model number for anyone that's interested. It's the Cherokee Forest River 294 GECG. We have a 2021 that we bought in April of 2021 to be our vacation trailer, and now it's our home.
And now it's our home for a year. The kids' bikes are back here.
Brandon's got a fun story.
There was previously 3 bikes back there, but this week when I was in Alaska, it disappeared somehow. So we're thinking maybe a homeless person in Salem now has it, but we've got electric on this side, 30 amp connection. We've got the gray tank for the outdoor kitchen. See the tires underneath there is also black tank and gray tank, the main, which you guys have seen those when Sunny cleaned everything out.
And if you haven't,
watch, hold on, see if I can watch this video.
you need to make sure you link the right one.
Yeah. We've got our Stinky Slinky with the staircase thingy. I think everybody knows what it is. Outdoor shower, I always set that up when we first get in. Water connection, hot water heater, fresh water connection here. So you got city water and boondock water. Hot water heater, pretty standard, nothing spectacular. Then here's all the information on the actual rig itself, weights. Here it is in kilograms, and that ends up being like 7,000 pounds. So, I think it's like 6,800.
That's with the kids' school book, so
empty.
we're probably 13,000.
Oh. Empty, yeah, empty. It's about 7,000. Now to the good stuff. So modifications back here. I've got 2 really awesome modifications, I think, that I did myself. No help whatsoever. So our jack actually broke. The nut broke and you can't get a replacement nut. You have to replace the entire jack. I got to looking around and found this guy. Harbor Freight.
Oh, it's a Harbor Freight.
It's a Harbor Freight jack. It handles 3,500 pounds on the jack itself, which is way more than this would ever have. And it is all electric, and I was able to just swap it out. So I got it for 120 bucks. These things are regularly, or for the crank ones, those are normally about 90 bucks. So really easy call for that. No modifications here. This is just the propane, and I don't like to mess with gas. This, however, was a 100% modifications. So it's a lithium iron phosphate battery, 200 amp hour, and it's one of the big ones. So I couldn't find a battery box for it, so I had to make my own. Found this case. It's a heavy duty one, but I did have to put some seal around the top. So I found some foam seal that I put around the top. I had to modify, obviously, the brackets that it connected to and seal all those up, putting it on so it was watertight. But that gives us battery power for a week. If we had no solar, we could run off battery for about a week with everything with the exception of the microwave and the air AC units running. So everything else would run that one, and the fireplace, yeah, because anything with a heating element or anything like that wouldn't work. But the standard stuff, lights, refrigerator.
We do have solar on top too.
We have solar. It's about a 50, I think it's a 50-watt panel, so not much, but it does charge it somewhat. But when we're on shore power, it obviously juices up. So.
What'd you add to down there?
Oh, I forgot about the easyJack.
Another modification.
I forgot about the easyJack. Sorry. Well, these two obviously caught my attention for focus because they're awesome. But I totally forgot about this one because it is, I mean, it's kind of unassuming. So you've got the standard jack with just the regular sort of round circular foot pedal deal that kind of sits. But this right here, what it does is it takes your jack and it extends it about 8 or 9 inches. So you don't have as long of a throw that you have to do when you're jacking things up. But it also, when it comes up, it folds away. So it uses the pressure of the jack itself when it's going down, but then coming back up, it actually winds itself up and pulls the whole jack to where it's completely flush with the trailer. So really cool.
While we're over here too, I'm going to point out the lock. When we bought the trailer, the guy at the dealership told us they had someone who had their trailer stolen on their very first camping trip.
Yep.
So we've always locked ours when it's in storage or even when we're camping so we can drive away. And hopefully no one's hitching up our trailer and taking it. Like,
I mean, I have always thought it would be fun while we're sleeping if the camper just starts rolling away. That might be a fun adventure and definitely would make for a good story. But yeah, the other thing too is if these things set for a while. So when we had this in storage for months, it was a little, hit it with WD-40 is my advice. So
all your locks too, probably.
Yeah, hit everything with WD-40. It'll loosen it up, make it a lot easier for getting it undone. Because as soon as I did that, it's a piece of cake now. But before that, it was, you're fighting with the key and everything else. You don't want to break a key off in the lock, especially while it's connected to the front of your trailer. I think that's the outside.
Outside. Yeah.
I did have to, a couple things that I've done. This isn't really DIY, but it is DIY. I guess maintenance. Yeah. So we had a hailstorm that my friend Scott and I went through in Nebraska, and it actually broke that light right there. And I just went and found a replacement at the local RV dealer and did it myself. Took all of, I don't know, 5 minutes. So super easy. We also lost the cover here.
Oh yeah, on the awning.
Right here on the awning. Found the replacement, did it myself. So don't be scared if you need to replace something, don't be worried about doing it yourself. A lot of the stuff is super easy.
We also winterize ourselves.
We winterize ourselves. Yeah, so the stuff it's not hard. I packed all of the grease for the bearings for the tires. Did that myself. That sucked, but it was not difficult. From a can I do it mentally thing, it was more of I don't really want to do this physically. So I guess my point of all that is don't be afraid to do standard maintenance yourself or standard fixes yourself if it's an easy thing.
Brandon is pretty mechanically inclined though, and obviously we're both young and able to crawl around on the ground.
Right.
I mean, I don't know that I would want a trailer this size if I struggled to set it up.
Yeah.
But it is for us very easy to set up. What changes would you make if you had known we were going to live full time? Because like I've said, this is a great vacation trailer. But what would you have changed if you knew we were going to be living in it?
So the biggest thing that I would say that I would have done differently is the truck. I probably would have said we need to get a 3/4 ton or 1 ton, probably a 1 ton, just because even with this trailer, not that it's difficult to tow it with this truck, and this truck can do it, but it's kind of a peace of mind thing. Plus too, if we ever were to upgrade to a 5th wheel, we're gonna have to change that truck out anyway. So the truck does fine for this trailer. That's not what I'm saying. What I'm saying is that you want to kind of do it right the first time when it comes to that. You want to definitely get more truck than you need for your trailer. I'm not talking like if you've got there was literally a little tiny Airstream that was here and the thing probably weighed 3,000 pounds. So if you get one of those like mini light things, yeah, you can tow that with an SUV or something. That's not what I'm talking about. What I'm talking about is if you know you're gonna have a wind sail that weighs 7,000 pounds empty, get a bigger truck. Like get as big of a truck as you can to manage for maybe not even this trailer, maybe the next trailer, if you would ever even consider getting a bigger trailer.
We did get the heaviest duty hitch though, right? Like that
Yes.
was part of that.
Yes,
as well.
well, that was kind of an accident from the dealer, but they didn't have any of the, so we pre-ordered the hitch from them, the weight distribution hitch. It's the blue ox, and they didn't have the smaller one that was meant for this one, and so they gave us the mega upgraded one. So I don't know if that's good or bad, because the thing weighs, I mean,
It's
it's
heavy.
heavy. It's really heavy.
I can't lift it.
Sonny can't lift it. So yeah, that's probably the number one thing. Now, the trailer itself, if I would have known we were going to be in it full time, I would have pushed for a fifth wheel. Because you just have, so the biggest thing, more storage, but the bigger issue that I have is the working space.
Mm-hmm.
So when I am editing for the week, I have to bring the computer out, set it up on the working desk that Sonny and I share, and do all of the editing basically in one shot, and then put it away. Now we're trying to find ways to work around that, to where maybe I can set it up in the bedroom and do editing throughout the week there, but at this point, I've got one day to do it all, and I need the full day.
Well, because we eat, work, do school, all the things at the same table. Yeah, there's not a lot of separate.
Yeah, and so having something like a fifth wheel that we've obviously looked at and seen online and things like that, there's a lot more living space, but then to Sonny's point, there's a lot more storage space as well. So you don't just have stuff out. You can put stuff into a closet or pantry or
Dresser or
somewhere, right? Right now we are just strapped for space everywhere. So
we're maximizing it for sure.
yeah, I think we're making the most out of it, but that's probably, I mean, obviously, love the trailer. I think it's great for a vacation. It was great at the time when we got it for a vacation time trailer. For a full-time trailer, we're making it work, and I've seen worse, right? There's people out here that have had significantly smaller units with more kids. So
And more animals too.
more animals, yeah.
Yeah.
Now I think that's just, what did Steele call it? They are just living in a constant state of wet wipes and chaos. Wet wipes and chaos.
Yes.
But yeah, the space is kind of necessary when you have two working adults. And
That's part of it too. I think a lot of full-time travelers, only one person's working, or they might be working out of the trailer during the day. We're both in the trailer.
yeah, and the kids doing
And
school.
the kids are doing school.
So, and I think that would be good for them too, just to have some sort of separate space that they could wake up in the morning and do something other than waiting for us to get up. Because that's kind of on a weekend or something like that. If we're not planning to go out and do something, Steele is up at 8 o'clock and he's kind of just waiting for us to get up, and we don't want to get up because we have been doing that all week for work. So yeah, just having that extra space and other opportunities for the kids to do something other than watch TV waiting for us, that would be beneficial. So
Right.
yeah. Okay.
That is not the video. I don't want my gut.
Because I need the window to size it to the window.
To the wall. Oh, wait. Sorry. Millennial moment. Go ahead.
I mean, yeah, I was gonna say, I don't think that can go on YouTube.
I don't know why not.
You can't say to the windows and then not expect.
To the wall. That's what I said. Everyone else, hum along. Go ahead, Brielle.
Tell me when.
Go.
Bye!
Bye. Good night.
Good night!
Sleep tight. Don't let the bed bugs bite.
I made sure that the bugs would for sure not climb on my bed.
Okay, good. Love you. Love you. Oh yeah, Steele, you close your curtain too. That's cute.
Is that cute? Give me
Yeah,
the lid.
Brielle, close your curtain.
Oh. Like actually?
Yeah, like both of you close your curtains. There we go. Cute.